welcome along then to final round. We are still hanging in there. We are getting the better of this illness, so we're nearly through it and we're nearly, hopefully, back to our best. But final round is upon us. Hope you enjoyed the opening round video yesterday where we gave you a bit of insight into how we've been feeling in recent week. And we're going to try and basically score better today, even though yesterday was pretty good. Now, I'm going to show you how we did get on yesterday quite quickly. Obviously, spoiler alert, you've already seen how we're doing today. But we scored 330 points yesterday, and it was the two Italian tracks, the absolute Italian nightmares, that basically cost us some big points, 36 and 34 respectively. So we've got to pick the points up today in them two tracks to be able to get past 330. Can we get 340 if we shave off a few points? Maybe. What are we doing today though? Well, you can see we've dropped a few points in races 1, 3, and that is because of some real players. So obviously, real player and their higher team score, they finish ahead of us. That's 2 points every time. That's going to cost us. But in race number 2, Imola, well, 36 points yesterday, and we managed 42. So we did get a 6-point increase, and we've just done Spain with a 20-second weather-changing mess. We managed a nice 47. So we are on 172. Double that, and that is 344. Quick maths. Boom. But we've got Monza in race number 7. Great. So we are still running the same as yesterday. So Leclerc and Ocon, and the car is indeed this as well. We're using our boosts just as best as we can. No race start cornering boost for us really, so it is what it is. But it is what it is till we go racing, because race 5 could be very difficult. Hopefully not. We're going to Singapore, 33% chance of rain, and let's just see what we can do. So then here we go. Really quick matchup as we always get. We are in sort of the peak of team scores now on this account, so we always tend to get where most of the other players probably are at this stage of the season. And this could be a very difficult race, because it's what do you do? I mean, Leclerc 9, Ocon 13th. That's not too bad. And I'm going to try and give him some Street Shark and Ocon some firework. Going to do both on the softs and hope for the best, because you never know what might happen. But let's see what we can do in Singapore. 40 plus points is needed, but can we get it? Rival, real player. We're going to be trying to do a 2-2-2 with both drivers as we get ready to race. So here we go then. Here we go. And it's perfect for Leclerc. We're going to do this trick because something in my brain just tells me to keep using it at the moment. We need a good start. We're going to get pushed, but we're going to come through okay. And it is Leclerc into P5 and Ocon into P10. That's not bad. And Leclerc is taking it into his own hands. And he's now into P4. And make that P3. What a monster by Charles. That new contract giving him the momentum that he needed. The motivation of kings to hopefully one day become a Ferrari world champion. The hopes and dreams of the Scuderia Ferrari may just hang in Leclerc's balance. But at the minute, we've used a lot of tyres, but it's a Leclerc 1-2. Surely one of the Leclercs can't mess this up. Luckily, there's no Baku mid-corner to take away Leclerc's potential victories. But he's in P2, and we've got... Oh, God, here it comes, folks. Told you I'm still struggling. But we're into P2. It's all good. We're surviving. And we've got Ocon there as well, who's just behind the hard tyre of the rival. We're trying to get Leclerc through, and he's not getting through. I was hoping for a quite sneaky run, try and create some gap, but we're not actually getting past. Leclerc's kind of put the burner on, but now we're through. We've got Ocon in P5, and Leclerc's just going to fly into the pits. He needs a quick pit stop. Luckily, he's already in. Here comes Ocon. We're going to double stack for about a second. That's not great. Not what we really wanted, but we find ourselves on what I class as the optimum strategy. And now we are out in P9. Remember, we've got the rival on the hard tyres, so that P4 is going to go an extra lap. So he's going to go to lap 4, and that's the same as Ocon. So Ocon's got some ground to make up. But hopefully he can do that pretty quick. And you can see Ocon flying on these soft tyres. Gives the Alfa Romeo a nudge on the backside to say he's here. He is into the party. And that hard tyre just holding off at the moment. Not anymore. Oh, he is holding off still. We've got Gasly using the gas all behind us. And Rival pits on lap 3. So Rival hasn't managed the tyres, but servicing is hard to do. I can tell you, to do 4 laps around Singapore is pretty tough. You can't really push. But at the moment, I'm okay with this. We've got Leclerc out front. We're going to push him to pit. We've got Ocon, who will come back into pit this lap. He's in P4, so we're on for that good 40 plus points. Can it get better? We're going to certainly try. But it's a good little start to this final round video right now. We haven't coughed again yet. We are about to, though. I feel it coming on, and it's a good pit stop. Leclerc is out in P2, make that still P2. And Ocon coming back out in P5. And we are in decent positions. It's Leclerc all over the back of P1. And now we've got to just gain some power unit with Ocon. I don't mind getting held up here, because these have all got a pit, 2 of them at least. Could we get another 47? Our big threat is the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc in front of us. And he's on the mediums. Another 47 and we'll be bouncing. That is what we want. P1 and P2 would be fantastic round here. But you can see Leclerc's got some decent pace. There's Hamilton in the pits. And there's P3. So we need to close down this Ferrari on this last lap. Charles Leclerc on the mediums stands in our way of 47. We're going to look for the inside line. Not a move there. Plenty of room now as he goes through. And Esteban Ocon has took P2 here in Singapore. And we got 47 points in Spain. Maybe it's something to do with tracks beginning with S. Because we are coming home to bring another 47. Brilliant for our account. This is going to help us. We're still going to finish in the 30s. But we can at least enjoy it as the rival breaks down. Told you servicing is so tough round this track. So literally you have to be very careful on the laps that you do. But for now, it is P1 and P2. Rival home P8 and P13. And let's show you what they are running. So real player and lower team score 222 worked perfectly, and they had the same drivers, but they had less cornering than ourselves. But great win first up. Race 6 then. Caesars go to Melbourne, and this is pretty much an easier track now on tyres, just because of the layout change, which now matches the real F1 season. But it also means that overtaking opportunities have reduced as well. So I'm a bit cautious of going to softs, because I feel like mediums is really good to go. But I'm going to go on to Street Shark and Ocon. I don't necessarily need to use SAR, but I feel like it's just nice to have. So here we go. Can we? We can't get another 47 points, can we? Surely not. So good start needed by Leclerc. That's why we've gone for Street Shark. I want to try and make up ground on the start. And Leclerc gets a bit bogged down, but he gets a kick up the backside, and he's now managing to remember that he needs to go forward, because that's what Ocon hasn't done, because he's gone into P14. Leclerc, maybe a good decision on these soft tyres, and he's into P4 as we come through this section now where the layout change has started, and you can see there's just not a lot of room to overtake anymore. And Kevin Magnussen just absolutely sends us to the cleaners. But let's see what we can do. We're going to should be good for tyres. Ocon P11. It's a real player, doesn't look like it. And we can push more with these soft tyres now as well. We're into P3. This rival pushing pretty hard as well, keeping him at bay. And we're going to try and get past Fernando. And we are past Fernando. Thank you very much. As we're all approaching Hamilton. Just going to look after some tyres again now. Maybe not so much on Hamilton because I feel like he's available. And he's available to take P3 because we're into P2. So decent little start here in this race up to P2. We've got him doing extra pit stop though, remember, with Mr. Leclerc. And there's the other Charles Leclerc down in P10. So Ferrari having a strategic nightmare again here by the look of it. Both Ferraris P9 and P10. Not anymore though because Sainz has gone forward and Leclerc's gone backwards. We haven't got loads of power unit. That's our only issue here. And now we're going to get past Fernando. We're going to try and get past Esteban Ocon, the brick wall of the Alpine, who looks like is he coming into the pits? No, he's not, but it doesn't matter because we're into P8. Leclerc coming out now. And it's a bit of a chaos out there, isn't it? Really. And now Ocon's into P4. Leclerc will cut back down, save some power unit. You can tell you what, it's actually working really well, this strategy for Leclerc this time round. Yesterday it didn't work as strong. It was the one stop that absolutely smashed it. So I'm quite surprised to see it working so well at the moment. You can see Ocon's going to fall backwards. And you can see Leclerc just building power unit. Now I do like the layout change here in Melbourne. But the one thing I do feel is the cars just don't ride this track as smoothly as they did before the change. I'm not sure what they've done to the track. But for me personally, let me know down below as well, because I don't know if this is, I don't race Melbourne very often. It's not in my series, but it just feels a bit sluggish round here now. But let me know if you think the same. We've got Ocon chasing down now the Ferrari of Sainz in front. Got the Ferrari and Aston Martin, and they are both absolutely away from it. We are up to P8, P7, and remember, we don't have to pit again with Ocon. Where's P1? P1's quite a bit ahead at the moment, and they are on the softs as well. So let's push. We're not going to obviously get 47. That was always going to be too risky and too challenging here. But we're going to just try and gain some more points because, well, that's what we're here for. Every point counts. You can see just coming out. We're just going to drop to P3. Now you can just see a couple of cars ahead now. So maybe Ocon's got a chance of a Red Bull and a McLaren ahead. Leclerc's got Hamilton right in front of him, but not anymore. He's through. And we've got Ocon, who is now into P5. He's got Norris ahead. We've got a Red Bull ahead of Leclerc, and that's Ocon into P4. With Hamilton pitting in P3. Well, I mean, we said 47. We're not going to be a million miles away by the end of this race because Ocon's in P3. Leclerc is in P2. And this is looking very, very good. And here comes a move. Mr. Leclerc is into P1. Boom. What a run. And I mean, I've got to watch the tyres here on Ocon. I wanted to try and see if we could catch him. We're not going to. But I tell you what, we're pulling it out the bag in this episode of final round so far. Leclerc takes the P1, baby, with Ocon coming home in P3. And that is a very, very nice race here in Australia. We'll wait for the rival to finish so we can show you what they were running. They come home P12 and looking like P17 as well. So we are well on our way to some decent points on this free-to-play account. 46 points in Australia, 3-3-2 and a 4-4 was exactly what we needed. And you can see level 7, level 6, and a fairly balanced setup for the rival. So, Monza, pray for dry. Pray for dry. Because in the wet, we are going to suffer. It is simple as that. Qualifying is dry. Please be in the race dry. Awesome changing conditions for us. Come on, P11 and P14. Please be good. What can you do? Just what can you do? Ah! Right. Alright. I'm going to have to come back. Oh, man, that's frustrating. This is not going to be 40 points. No way. Basically, in Monza, everybody pits lap 4 in the wet. We ain't going to have that luxury. We've put perfect start on Leclerc to try and get him through the field so we don't double stack. 40 points would be amazing, but so would be for everybody else in this game to take 40 points at a full wet Monza. But we're into P6. The Street Shark is what we wanted, and it has worked very nicely. Can it work even better? Yes, it can. We're up to P5 with Leclerc. So a good start. And you can see Ocon there, P12. So I'm not too concerned about Ocon. I want to use him a little bit later in this race. We've got Hamilton ahead in P4. We continue to push, but we haven't got loads of pushing in us. So we are just going to cut down a little bit. But we're up to P4. That's a fantastic start. Not anymore. He's down to P5. But let's just see if we can keep this. It's going to be close. It's going to be tough. We're going to see if we can get past Hamilton again here, and we can. But we've got to watch these tyres. 57% at the moment. We might be okay. I think we might be. We just got to watch how much we push. Dead on 4 laps at the moment. We need to keep that Mercedes behind us. And I think we are managing just about at the moment. So we are kind of ruining Ocon's strategy here. We're going to try and get past Mr. Ocon of Alpine. We are going to get that. We've got to watch tyres again. That's what our big concern is, as Ocon is behind Daddy Money Stroll. Imagine if F1 drivers had darts players, like shout-outs. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? But we're going to struggle with Ocon. I feel like we're going to go back because we haven't got a strong pit time, remember, with our drivers because of our car. And there's a move on Stroll, but he keeps his money to the side and uses some extra blocking. So everyone's going to come in this lap. We can't do a 2-stop. It just does not work around this track. It is one of the most difficult tracks on the F1 calendar in F1 Clash, especially in the wet. But we've done well with Leclerc, so it's damage limitation time. He comes in, showing P1, but that's going to change when they come out the pits. You'll now see everybody coming in. It's a smooth entry to this part, and everyone is going to be blocking up. Here comes the choo-choo train. We're going to take a screenshot. Watch out for the bright lights, because Ocon. And now we're up to P3. Come on. How many points? How many points? 37. We need 3 places from Ocon. P7 Ocon. And I am happy all day long. I don't think we're going to catch the cars ahead on Leclerc. We've got Sainz ahead of us. We've got Sainz behind us. There's one. We've got Alonso now ahead as well. We're going to make a move. Nearly. Got to just watch how much we're pushing, though. I really want to push and close the gaps, but I just know tyres is not going to be our friend. And here's Alonso. And still, Alonso sits ahead of us. So we're trying to challenge. We just can't get past. Look at that tyre, 52. And we're going to take Alonso here. We've now got to cut down. We can't push hardly at all with Esteban Ocon. And we might start going backwards a bit. Look at that already. Just after that move. This is the problem. We haven't got the tyre management that we crave. But we are going to try and close it with Leclerc, who is closing all the time. But yet again, tyres is not amazing. for Mr. Charles. But he is closing. He's got good gap to P4, so we might just try and risk for a biscuit here. Alonso is right ahead of us. We are bang on the 25% that we need. And there's Leclerc ahead. Ocon's trying to attack. You can see that. We're going to save this for the last corner. Is there any room? I don't think there is. I think we're going to run out of tyres. We're going to push it anyway. We're not. We're going to come home P3. We are right behind Fernando, but I don't think we've got tyre management to last, though. I don't think we have. It's a fair battle. It is P9, and it's not the big points that we wanted. We got done by the wet weather in Monza. So be it. But I tell you what, to turn around P3 and P9, I'll absolutely take that all day long. $38 points. That is not a bad return at all. 38. We'll take it. And you can see level 7s and more speed than cornering. But look at that strategy. That is why it's just an impossible track in the wet. If you are not from the front, that is the only strategy you can do, and you suffer the pain. But for us, Leclerc with that race start did work very, very effectively. Let's just show you where we are with one race to go. And that looks like this. 303 points. 7 races down. Yesterday at Monza, we only got 34. We've increased the points dramatically in this final 4 races. We've got 1 to go. It comes from Monaco. And if we can score 40 points again, we will be on to 343, which will trump what we got yesterday, where it was only 330. So keep the faith. Hit the like button. Let's go and get 340 plus points. So quick matchup. Real player. Big team score. Let's see. We're already potentially going to lose 2 points here because the rival is going to be so far ahead. But it's what can we do else in this race? Let's see where we qualify. And I told you the rival was matched badly. Yeah, P5, P6 versus P12 and P14. So, softs. And we're going to go SAR for both cars. Why? Just because I want to do a 4-4 and a 5-3. And it comes down to this. Can we get 40 points? That's all I want. 40 points. And that would be a tremendous final 4 races. The Fab 4 coming in this video for sure. But let's see. When the rival readies up, can we get the job done? Rival will be looking for 47 points as we get set. Remember, no race start boost in this one because of the tyres that we're using. We want to use the tyre management boosts. Could have used Frost, but I prefer to take some cornering as well with SAR. That's what it gives good for. And we're going to try and push in this opening half a lap as we look to try and make up some ground. And already we're up to P9. So brilliant little start. And we're going to push down into the chicane. Good overtaking opportunities down here. And we take... Oh, we nearly took 3 cars there. That was a tremendous dive from Charles Leclerc. And he nearly absolutely celebrated to the stands at his home Grand Prix. That nearly was stupidly amazing from Charles. Deserving of that new contract, and he's up to P6. Ocon on the mediums. You can see the rival out front, and they're not going to be a match to us today. But let's see what we can do in our own world here. Our own racing. Tell you what we can do is hit Alonso just for the crack. And now we've got to just settle back down. We're going to pull him back. And again, we're just having a hug with Alonso. That's all we're doing. Where can we get, though? I mean, Ocon, we've got to get through the field at some point. And here comes Leclerc again. And that's Ferrari working beautifully up the hill. Takes the Alpine. You might have a boosted driver, but you don't have a boosted car. And we are in to P5 with Charles. Ocon has got the Aston Martin ahead still at the moment. And he's actually just got past him now into P12. So we're just going to boost off a little bit. And you can see now just ahead. Rival using the frost on both. So surely they're both doing... Oh, he's in already. That's an interesting. Must be going for the mediums. So going for a chilled few laps then on the mediums. Can't really push that too much. And he's out in P7. Is that a bit of a mistake? Could we get the rival? Oh, I think they've made a bit of a mistake there. I don't think a 3.5 with frost on a medium works too great for pushing wise. You can see that Ocon, I can hardly push because of it all. So this is going to be an interesting little battle. Leclerc's run out of tyres, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't really affect you too much around this track. And he comes in now. We've got Ocon behind Daddy Stroll again. We're going to just try and push him past him. And we've got him. That's why you shouldn't be in F1, mate. So Leclerc comes out, and we spoke about the rival. And the rival's not too far ahead. So we've got a chance of just eking in to that. There they are, look. Only a corner ahead. And we could put the pressure on the rival's point scoring here. That would be nice. Ocon is so out of sync compared to Leclerc. And we are now going to try a move. And Gasly's the next one to go. So a brilliant little move from him. Ocon now coming into the pits. Hamilton's really slow. Is he coming in? Yes, he is. And that releases Leclerc into P4. And they are now right behind this frost tyre. So I told you how this is not an optimum strategy from the rival. And you can see they're struggling and they're pushing, which is not the best form of attack for him at the moment. And we're actually going to fly past with Leclerc into P3. Look at this traffic for Ocon now as well. He's cutting through absolutely fine, but it's a little bit sticky on the ground. And it's George Russell now ahead of us. Not anymore, because we've just flew past him. Ocon enjoying this car. And this rival is going to be up against it. We've got to get the points for Ocon, though. Should be a few people in the pits. There is. We're up to P9. Up the hill we go. We know we're strong up this hill. We've got the Mercedes ahead of us. And we're going to try now and get past again. Come on, Hamilton. I know you're good round here with crap tyres. Oh, man. Come on. Come on, Ocon. Finally, we're through. We're into P8. We can start making ground. And I tell you who's making ground. It's Charles Leclerc on the leader. I don't imagine we're going to get anywhere near. But it's a bit of fun to try and tackle. The rival wanted the P1, P2. They're not going to get it. Because we have managed to trump them so far. There's the rival in front of us. Breakdown for Ocon. And a move on Perez, which can't be done yet. So it might just be P2 and P7. As we are right behind the rival. Geez, we caught up quick with them. And it is P2. What a race from Leclerc. And what a move as well for Ocon. Can he keep it? We've got no power unit. It's all down to the computer. And we do take P6. And I think it is going to be 40 plus points. Come on! And you can see that matchup was tough. Over 100. And I tell you what, they got 46 points. We stopped the 47. That's what we wanted to try and do. I told you straight away. Frost doing a 3 soft, 5 medium doesn't allow you to push very much. So don't do that. And you can see why 4 soft, 4 medium and a 5 medium, 3 soft was perfect for us. Look at the rival, level 6, level 8. And the car quite balanced as well. So, where does that put us? In the final round on the free-to-play account. Wow, if you hadn't guessed it, come on! 345 points. I will take that all day long. Yesterday, 330. Today, no upgrades on the car. Just pure skill and strength. And we have managed to get out another 15 points. So we do finish 345. It's not going to be good enough luck for the top 20, top 25. We're probably going to be in the top 40, I hope. But let's just see. Thank you guys for absolutely watching. We're struggling again now as well. We've managed to get this way through. Thanks for watching. Hopefully tomorrow we'll be with you for rewards. Let me know down below if you've enjoyed these 2 videos from this weekend. And hopefully we'll see you in the next one, regardless of it being F1 Clash or F1 Manager.